Am I really a +6 handicap? Today in this video, I'll be taking on Emirates Majlis Golf Course, host to the Hero Dubai Desert Classic. Will this course show or expose my +6 handicap? Let's find out.
She said I drove her away with my emotions. Can't take the pain anymore, I'm feeling hopeless.
That'll do.
In my head, she said it's all in my head, but it's not, think I'd rather be dead, be dead. Forgive what you did.
Here we go then, round number 2 at Emirates Majlis Golf Course. By the way, how's this backdrop doing? Just warming up and it's pretty surreal out here, you know, just some of the views, and it's pretty hard to believe you're in a desert at times. But yeah, I was so excited to get out to Dubai and play some of these really famous golf courses, and yeah, this is one that obviously I've watched a lot growing up, so yeah, I was super excited to get out there. Overall, game actually felt really good going out to Dubai. Unfortunately, round 1, obviously +4, was quite a tough one to take, but you know, with the sleep schedule being all over the gaff and arriving in Dubai, I actually find going east is really tough. When you go west, so for me, when I go to America, I actually love it because I tend to sleep at about 1-2 a.m. in the UK anyway. So when I get out to the States, I actually fall asleep at about 8-9 p.m. when I should be. So yeah, going the other way though to Dubai is actually really tough because I'm not tired until about 4-5 a.m. out there. So yeah, it's tough to get the body used to it, but yeah, a couple days in, obviously super tired from round 1 and actually slept pretty well. So yeah, really excited to get out there, and another stunning morning in the desert. And shock, you're in shorts and t-shirt. You can pretty much guarantee you're going to be wearing shorts and t-shirt all year round in Dubai. So yeah, it's not a bad place to be.
Josh, see you up there, yeah?
Sound, are you driving up?
Yeah.
I'll come with you. So one thing that actually surprised me about the Emirates Golf Club was how good the greens were. The greens were unbelievable and slippery as well, probably around about 11.5, 12 on the stimp. And yeah, I mean, look at this. I mean, how can you get mad at playing golf out here? It's just stunning. So yeah, starting off on hole 6, shotgun start, long par 4 to start off. And would it be a Josh Oddie round without a high right on the first hole? Probably not. Yeah, high right. Luckily there was nothing over there, and it left me about 160 into this back right pin location. So ball was actually sitting up okay, and I just hit a nice 9-iron here to the heart of the green, and it was actually a really good swing. Anytime you can get off to a green in reg, you do not mind at all. So yeah, putt from 30 feet, and just look at how good that is rolling. You can see the lines from the previous group before us, and just luckily tapping that one in for the par save. So moving on to my second hole, which was the 7th, and yeah, look, another absolute stunning par 3. This was 151, and I had a 9-iron here, and a really good swing to start the day off. You know, ultimately when you're getting into the round, you're just trying to ease into the round, you know. You don't want to do anything crazy to start off with, but if you can keep ticking off greens in regs and, you know, giving yourself chances, that's ultimately all you can keep doing. So yeah, that's going to be another par save, and on to the most famous hole in Dubai, hole 8 at the Majilis Golf Course. Look at this. It's breathtaking, honestly. It's one of the best golf holes I have ever played and will ever play, I think. So, yeah, unfortunately, just pulling my drive a little bit, trying to fade it, and it didn't really fade. And this one was from 185 out of the sand. And you'll see I'm just trying to grip down on an 8-iron here. Just turn it over right to left. Unfortunately, that palm was kind of overhanging, but hit a really, really good shot here to the heart of the green. And like I say, if you can keep hitting them greens in regs to start the day off, you're never going to be unhappy. So, yeah, another birdie putt, and had a little look there, but, you know, never going to grumble at a 2-putt par. And just to let you know, you're not watching Dancing on Ice, you are still watching a golf round. But that was probably the biggest foot slip I've had all year. Yeah, I was dancing when I hit that one. So, luckily found my ball just on the edge of this bush, hacked it out, and this one left me 100 yards in. Had a sand wedge, perfect number to the right shoulder. Really, really good swing this one to give myself a chance to save par. And somehow, some way, just saving the par. So yeah, still at level par, par 5 here, hole 10. I've just leaked this one a little bit right with the driver. And yeah, you missed the fairway by a couple of yards, you're in the desert. So just carving this one round, my specialty, the little slice. This one would come up just short of the green, and this chip was nasty, by the way, into the grain. And God, some of that grass just gives you the heebie-jeebies. Like, into the grain from there is just, ugh. You know, you just want to hit ball first and run. So yeah, unfortunately a poor chip shot, and yeah, tapping this one in for my par. Little disappointing. Par 3, really good number this, 169. Just a little back foot, draw 9-iron, all over it. That'll do. And that will do, Josh, for your birdie. The first one in the desert. Let's go. Buzzing. Buzzing to make a birdie. Hole 12, really, really good hole this. Dogleg right to left. Just tried to take a little bit of the corner off. And yeah, I thought I was Rory that could carry them trees at 290. But I clipped it and dropped down into the desert. Nice little hooky 8-iron here from 185. Really good swing. All over the flagstick. Probably one of my best shots of the round. And this one was a slippery putt down the hill, but I gave it a go, and it's probably gone by 4 foot. So luckily, just tapping that one in for my par save, would have been fuming with a free putt there. Dogleg right to left, par 5, hitting forward to the corner. As you can cut the corner, but obviously where I've never played this course before, just trying to play the simple golf shots and hit it into the areas that I can see. So yeah, 6-iron down there to leave myself right around about 100 yards. And just ball sitting up a little bit. It came out high out the face, and yeah, this one came up about 45 foot short. So, you know, already just a couple of par 5s there that have just gotten away from me. And, you know, ultimately there were 2 good chances then par 5. So a little bit disappointed to make 2 pars on the par 5s. Hole 14, an absolute stunning golf hole. Dogleg right to left. Mini driver, absolutely sent on the perfect line. Absolute perfect line. This left me 130 in, and it was just a nice stock pitching wedge that came up about 18 foot short. And it was at this point I got told I couldn't put my tripod on the grass. So yeah, this one was from the buggy and rolled it in for the bird. So you might be thinking, this is odd, you're back in the simulator. And it was at this point I got told by a marshal that tripods weren't allowed on the golf course. So if anyone from the Emirates Golf Club is watching this video, You know, apologies if tripods aren't allowed on the grass. That's what I got told. But, you know, I'm pretty sure the buggies do a bit more damage than my tripod that weighs about 10 grams. But, you know, at that point, it is what it is, and you respect what gets told, and, you know, I listen. So, yeah, I'm just going to talk you through the last few holes of my experience at Emirates Golf Club. And, yeah, you know, I started off pretty good. We got to a couple under par, which was great. You know, that first round that I played at Dubai Creek, I was 4 over par. So, you know, I kind of needed something, and getting back in the red numbers is all you want, really. You know, whenever I tee off, I think if I can get into the red, realistically, you're having a great day. So, yeah, for me, my goal was to just remain in the red numbers and, you know, get that closer, or get that score closer to level par than what it was in day one. So, yeah, this was the par 3 15th, and I had about 170. I ended up leaking an 8-iron just up the right-hand side. Not like that. I mean, I would have actually preferred that, I think. And one thing that I was absolutely gobsmacked with watching the replays back was how good their short games are. And, you know, next time you're watching on the telly, these boys are just making up and down, really, really simple up and downs from everywhere. And I can tell you from my experience, the ball in this rough will either sit up and it will just be teed up perfect, and it's actually pretty gettable. You know, you can hit an alright chip shot. There'll be times where the ball just sits down and just gets sucked underneath the grass, and it almost looks like it's plugged. And, you know, them boys are just making it look so, so simple. So, yeah, that's one thing I definitely underestimated, was how good their short games are. And, yeah, for me, that's definitely one thing I needed to work on during my trip, was the short game. It just wasn't tight enough, and, you know, hitting greens was just key. It didn't even get recognised. Yes, we made par on the sim. Unfortunately, I made bogey in real life. So at this point, I was back to 1 under par. And then hole 16 coming up. Dogleg, right to left, par 4. I actually ended up hitting forward, as you're going to see on the course map here. Forward kind of puts me on the corner there. You can see the map on the right-hand side. 250 leaves me 138. So, you know, it was, or 134, sorry. That's how bad my eyes are. Can't even see it in the sim. But yeah, it was just a simple forward. Up the middle. And I actually ended up, in real time, tugging this one over on the left-hand side. Actually pulled a really, really good lie into the sand, or desert, as I should call it. You forget you're in a desert sometimes, you know, with the buildings all around, and it doesn't feel like you're in the middle of a desert. But realistically, you know, when you go and play the golf courses, you actually can appreciate, wow, we are in a desert right here. So, yeah, I pulled a good lie in the desert, and, you know, just out of the sand, I was just trying to grip down my club just so I could make sure the strike was a little bit thinner. And, is that a word, thinner? I hope golfers can appreciate that word. But yeah, I had about 130 in, and I hit a good shot to the middle of the green, and ended up 2-putting for a par to remain at 1 under par. Testers in the sim, these ones. Oh! Well, that's actually realistic. I did actually bogey the previous hole and parred this one, so we're actually on par to my score here. So this hole 17, at this point I thought I was Rory McIlroy. And I, you know, the amount of times I've seen him just sling it over this corner on the right, I thought, I can't bail out. I've got to go for something like Rory did over the right-hand side. And we was a tee up, so I thought, it's pretty gettable. So I went ahead, smacked it up the right-hand side. It was looking unbelievable from where I was stood. And I tell you what, I didn't do that in real time. This ball must have just got eaten up by the wind or something, because I actually ended up finding the thick stuff just short of the green, and yeah, wedged it just short of the green, and then didn't make up and down. So it was a, oh God, this would have been lovely when I was out there. Why didn't you do this, Josh? But yeah, I ended up making a bogey, and yeah, unfortunately, that was back to level par for the day. Hole 18. If you know, you know. This one is unreal. And they were just actually putting up the grandstand by the green. So it almost gave us a good kind of, especially where I hadn't played the course, I had a good understanding of whereabouts the green was. So you can see here on the course map, this would have been very handy in real time. You've got 248 to leave yourself 253. So what I ended up hitting was a mini driver, and I actually got lucky. I caught like a high spinny one. Not like that. It was the opposite way. God, I could have really done with a few mulligans out there as well. But yeah, I'm just going to try and put this about where I was. And I tell you what, this would have been sensational if I hit this one. So it was pretty similar to that. What I did was I hit it over the corner. It kind of spun up, and I was about a yard from going into the water. 1 yard. So golf gods, appreciate you for being there for me on that shot. Somehow it stopped 1 yard short of the water. And then I actually went ahead. It was actually a really similar yardage. I think I had about 211, I believe. And I hit a cutty rescue just because I knew it wasn't going to come up short. If I thought I hit 5-iron, I catch it like a blade low, or a groove low, sorry, it might not cover the water. So, you know, a cutty rescue, I knew that it would carry. And actually, it was identical to this. If it stops just short of that bunker, sit. Yeah, so big double green this one. I stopped it just short of the bunker, and I had about 80 foot for my eagle. And yeah, I went ahead and hit a great first putt to about 4 feet, and then tapped it in for my birdie. So let's see if we can do the same on the sim. Easy on the old sim, innit? So we then had 5 holes left to play. We were on hole 1 here, which was a dogleg right to left, par 4, beautiful hole. And my line was actually over this bunker on the left-hand side. So, you know, I was hitting a fade all week, and actually this was a really good line for me, down the left. And I just committed to the little fade. Mulligan! And I committed to my fade. I've drawn it again. And I committed to my fade. Yes! That's what I did in real time. I hit a great drive straight down the middle, and it left me, I mean, I didn't hit it 260. I actually hit it miles down this one. I left myself about 108 into this flag. And I hit a really, really good shot in to about 20 feet with a gap wedge. Wish you could get mulligans in real life. Okay, that's better. On the green. That's what I did in Dubai. That's what I did. Didn't have any of these green lines on the green. That would have been pretty helpful out there. And I tapped it in for my par. Hole 2. This was a bit of a sneaky one right here. So the hazard actually stops at about 260, I believe. So in my head, I just thought, right, if I hit a driver over 260, we're fine. We're going to be on dry land. So I actually aimed driver up the left-hand side. Oh, please don't have 7 mulligans again. And I committed to my fade. Yeah, that's about what I did in real time as well. I literally hit one dead straight, exactly the same. I left myself a really, really tough one off of the sand. So it was like a 60-yarder. And I played a sand wedge, grip down.
and I really tried to just like play this low fizzy one. I actually hit a really, really good shot to about 15 foot. Rush of blood. And unfortunately, I would go ahead and two-putt. Okay, so hole 3, but this was essentially my 16th hole. We had 3 holes left to play, and I was 1 under par. So I needed something to just kind of finish the round off and, you know, get some momentum going into the following round at Yas Links, which, by the way, is an absolute stunning golf course, and I got quite a lot of footage. So make sure you like and subscribe on this video. Turn the bell notification on because you do not want to miss Yas Links coming up. And yeah, so par 5, I just let the big dog eat. You know, I had a bit of room down there. I thought I'm going to open the shoulders and give it a rip. I'm going to open the shoulders and give it a rip. Yes, that was more like it. That's what I did in real time. I absolutely flushed one straight down the pipe. I left myself about 160 into this green. So yeah, I hit it miles down there. I think we were a tee up as well, which certainly did help a little bit. And I left myself, I think the exact number was about 167 downwind, and I hit 9-iron to about 25 feet. And I would go ahead and two-putt for the birdie. I actually beat this in real life. Thought the sim was meant to be easier. Okay, so the 4th hole, this was my 17th hole. And what an absolute stunner this one was. It was pretty much a really similar pin position. I'll be pretty intrigued to see if the green is similar, because in real life, this green was insane. And hopefully we'll be able to see when we get up there. I didn't flag it like this. I actually went a hair left, but what a golf shot this is. Wow, I'd have taken that in real time. So yeah, this green doesn't really show it, but from the bunker on the left-hand side, it all kind of comes back, and I missed it left. And oh my God, was it dead. It was actually impossible. Hit this really, really good chip shot, and it went to about 12 feet, and I hold it for the par. So going up the 18th, or my, you know, the 5th hole, my 18th, I was 2 under par. Okay, so now the 5th hole. Pretty interesting par 4 to finish on. And yeah, a hole that I kind of needed to get it in play. I hit mini driver off of the tee and just caught it a hair necky. And I was actually on the rough on the right-hand side. Hopefully something similar to this. No, so I would have loved that in real time. I would have paid good money for that one. Yeah, that would have been great. Maybe I should try and hit it high and necky all the time. So, as I was talking about the rough in the first kind of bit around the greens, also, if you miss the fairway, the rough, you just never, ever fully know what's going to happen. So, yeah, I missed it in the right rough. I had 188 left into the green. Maybe a hair downwind, but I hit an 8-iron, so this was about my 160, 165 shot. This thing come out like an absolute rocket. Flew the green, And yeah, hopefully I'll hit it there. So yeah, it was actually a bit like this. I just flew the green, long left. A bit worse than that, actually. I must have hit this 8-iron about 210. And I left myself this really, really tough flop shot. I just got a little bit too cute. I hit it to about 25 feet. And then, unfortunately, missed the putt for my par. So I would make bogey on my final hole of the day to finish up 1 under par. So that will conclude round number 2 in my Dubai Pro-Am swing. Round 3 is going to be at Yas Links, which, oh my goodness, I'm going to roll a couple of clips. This place is unbelievable, and it's going to be a must watch from you guys. So yeah, if you haven't seen much of Yas Links before, make sure you subscribe, turn the bell notification on, because you do not want to miss this one. It's honestly probably one of my favorite courses I've ever played. It was unbelievable from start to finish. So yeah, round 1 4 over, round 2 1 under, back in the red numbers for 18 holes, which for me was great. You know, getting a last minute phone call on a Friday night to then flying Saturday night, arriving Sunday morning in Dubai, watching BRT for the final 4 or 5 holes in Dubai. You know, didn't really sleep that night, to then teeing off Monday morning at Dubai Creek. It was pretty wild, but you know, that's what life's all about. It takes you in these weird and wonderful places, and yeah, you know, just grateful to be able to film this all and showcase it to you guys. And without you guys, it wouldn't be possible as well. So appreciate all the support. It means the absolute world to me. And guys, if you are looking to get some deals, Able Golf Clothing, use code ODDIE10. They've got some unbelievable Black Friday deals still going on, and it will be until the end of the month. So make sure you take advantage there. GX Golf Gloves have got some unbelievable savings over there. Use code JOSH10 at checkout to get a further 10% off. And then also, last but not least, if you want to get yourself a set of curved irons, go check out Avoda. They have also got a Black Friday deal going on. And yeah, appreciate all the support on this channel. It means the absolute world to me. We will see you all for the next one at Yas Link. So like and subscribe, and we will see you there. Short of it, I think, wasn't it?
Roll shot. It's pretty solid. Good strike. Yeah, good hit.
Just a little left, wasn't it?
Yeah.